Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work, and Manny Pacquiao meet face to face and discuss a rematch for this year.
We have a chance to have a rematch.
Of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one.
It's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything. And you know.
Floyd Mayweather has called out Manny Pacquiao, teasing a possible rematch and hinting at one final blockbuster fight, sparking major hype and speculation.
And the caption says, I'm coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao this year. Another 9-figure payday on the way at Mayweather Promotions.
George Kambosos Jr. shares his excitement about Manny Pacquiao's return, praising the upcoming exhibition bout against Mario Barrios. Calling Pacquiao a living legend, Kambosos says a comeback, though unexpected, could shock many. He believes that even at this stage of his life, Pacquiao still has the skill and drive to make a
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and you know try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned from Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it's very hard watching him fight Lucas. You could see it, and then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in last year. It's hard to watch. I know Manny. I know the man who I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and if he turns it on, he's still good.
Manny Pacquiao's intense training sessions at Wild Card Gym with longtime coach Freddie Roach are turning heads in Los Angeles. He appears focused and driven, powering through punching drills and mitt routines with his trademark intensity. Roach stays close, offering guidance and motivation as they prepare together for what could be one of the most anticipated boxing comebacks of the decade. Floyd Mayweather shares thoughts on Pacquiao's ring return, saying he understands the move, especially if it brings a huge payday. Mayweather admits he'd likely do the same. With a WBC title at stake against Barrios, the fight carries real weight, and talk of a potential second showdown between the legends is intensifying.
We have a chance to have a rematch.
Of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, you know, we know the fact that I have injury in my shoulder. So.
There's no blueprint for how to beat Floyd Mayweather.
He's older than.
You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer, but nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not that.
Manny reflects on his first fight with Mayweather, saying he felt he did enough to win despite not being at his physical peak. He doesn't blame Floyd, but hints that outside influences can corrupt even the best, subtly pointing to factors beyond the ring affecting the outcome. Intro.
Hard that I thought I won the fight.
Okay, but do you want the rematch in part? How do you view him just as a person, not about the fight, but you've expressed before that you never really liked what he stood for outside the ring as a person, and you would like to defeat him because of that. Is that fair to say?
I'm what I see him outside the ring is you know, of course I don't want to blame him, but the way he grow with the wrong community, and you have to know how to respect and how to, you know, not too arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but You know, sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
Pacquiao-Mayweather rematch would undoubtedly spark massive global interest. Fans still vividly recall their first encounter, often debating its outcome. Many believe the timing then didn't allow for a true clash of titans, leaving unfinished business between the two boxing legends.
Speaking of Mayweather, fam, did you see they're doing the Pacquiao rematch?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
This guy-
I was
bro.
about to say that. They announced it, and all the
In
fans were
the
like,
weirdest way, bro. It's like, yo, they didn't even know. It's like they didn't know if they actually meant to announce it or not.
"That's
Or
what I'm
like that
saying."
fight's actually happening.
I heard in the comments that they announced it in like Chinese or something before, and then the crowd went crazy. Yeah, like in their language they announced it, and then they went crazy, and then they did it in English, and then like that was silence.
Now, I mean, because yo, Manny Pacquiao said it's like no one cared. I was like, bro, are we like hearing
Like,
the same thing? From?
people
Like,
are
the man just said he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, and no one cared. Everyone's like, okay, like you know, hand over the mic, dog. Like, like bro, it's
people are
like
saying
massive.
that. They're saying that, or they're saying, oh, like where they were, it's like culture to not like make noise during stuff like
Nah,
this.
bro,
Like, it's a
you know
respectful
the
thing.
fans that Manny Pacquiao has and stuff, bro. If he's announcing that fight, you know these guys are going off.
Intro 7. Pacquiao reveals ongoing talks about a potential rematch with Mayweather later this year. While nothing is confirmed, consistent hints from both camps indicate serious interest. These discussions emerge as Pacquiao trains for his bout with Barrios, suggesting his comeback may serve a dual purpose. First, making a statement by defeating Barrios, and then settling unfinished business with Floyd in a long-awaited second showdown.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, you know, we know the fact that I have injury on my shoulder, so I did a lot of this training camp. We did a few things, but not really a heavy training like what we did in the usual, the 12 round fight. Because this is just a 6 rounds and 2 minutes per round exhibition match. But we did a lot in training. I think this is a very good stepping stone to come back in boxing. We will see.
So what would the result be?
The prediction is will not last 12 rounds, I think.
Wow, it won't last 12 rounds.
At 46, Manny is pushing his limits in an intense Los Angeles training camp under Freddie Roach's guidance, with a countdown to his July 19th bout against Mario Barrios underway. Each session showcases his determination to prove that age is just a number. Pacquiao's daily training blends strength work, technical sparring, and endurance drills. While the routines may seem familiar, his purpose is sharper than ever. He's not just aiming to compete, but to dominate. The fire in his eyes and force behind every punch make it clear. This comeback isn't for show. It's a determined pursuit of lasting legacy. Intro 10. Even after all these years, tension between Floyd and Manny still lingers. Floyd often highlights his victory, while Pacquiao's fans argue timing affected the outcome. Neither has let go of the rivalry, and talk of a rematch keeps their history alive. Their unfinished stories once again gaining momentum, reigniting interest in a long-awaited sequel.
Manny Pacquiao he's not a better fighter than me.
Floyd, what is your assessment of Manny Pacquiao and his shoulder injury?
Come on. And this is ridiculous. Excuses, excuses, excuses. He was throwing combinations. Everything seemed just fine. He lost. He know he lost. I lost a lot of respect for him. You know, you fight. If you lose, it's okay. Mayweather was the better man. You fight 10 times, I'm gonna win 10 times. You fight 20 times, I'm gonna win 20 times. You fight 100 times, I'm gonna win 100 times. Manny Pacquiao, you're not on my level. Manny Pacquiao, you will never be on my level. Period. Simple and plain. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind me. It's okay. I won. I know I won. I know I'm a better fighter. Manny Pacquiao spoke about that. He shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. You know, but it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for any and everything.
Not everyone shares the excitement about Pacquiao's return. Boxing legend Ricky Hatton raises concerns about the safety and fairness of a 46-year-old facing a younger opponent. He compares Pacquiao's comeback to other aging fighters' attempts, warning such fights could damage their legacies. These worries aren't limited to Hatton. Many fans and analysts feel that despite Pacquiao's dedication, the human body has limits. After years away from professional boxing, it's uncertain if his stamina and speed can match someone like Barrios. His age adds further risk, intensifying concerns about whether this comeback is wise or potentially harmful in the long run.
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said hells yeah if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan, and again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there was health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.
One analyst views Pacquiao's return as more about maximizing earnings than reclaiming dominance. The fight against Barrios is expected to draw a huge viewership thanks to Pacquiao's global fame. Regardless of the result, it's a strategic move to remind the world of his lasting star power.
Of course, we don't want permanent injury po kahit kahit po kay Anpo, but I want him to be knocked out. But the reason why I wanted that to happen is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him when he returned to
Pacquiao insists his return isn't about money. Speaking from the heart, he says his deep connection to boxing remains strong, even after years in politics. Fueled by love from fans and the sport itself, he's not chasing cash. He's seeking closure and a meaningful final chapter in his career.
Retirement's supposed to be fun. What happened? You're supposed to want to stay retired and relax and have a nice life.
I changed my mind, and I realized thinking that the boxing still love me, and I love boxing, so why not? I'm not continuing my journey in boxing.
A lot of people have the question, how busy you are as a senator, and how is that going to play into you preparing for a fight? Because preparing for a fight takes your heart and your soul, and you already have a very difficult job as a senator.
Just time management, discipline. I can still manage working in the Senate and then training.
Pacquiao has made it clear this isn't a farewell tour. He aims to finish his career with a bold statement, winning against Barrios and possibly Mayweather, would let him retire with pride. It's not about reliving past glory, but cementing his legacy as a warrior who never backs down. Their rivalry extends beyond the ring. In 2009, Pacquiao sued Mayweather for defamation over doping allegations. Though the lawsuit was settled, it deepened their feud, which has played out across headlines, courtrooms, and boxing's biggest stages.
We now welcome in ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rayfield. And Dan, what is Pacquiao hoping to accomplish with this lawsuit?
Well, I know that the negotiations for this fight have been ongoing, but I just got off the telephone with Daniel Petrocelli, who is the attorney for Manny Pacquiao, literally moments before coming on the air, and I asked him that exact question. And his point was, regardless of whether or not they're negotiating this fight, that that the comments that they alleged that the Mayweather people had made were irresponsible and reckless and malicious, and they had to answer it no matter what. And so they felt like they had no choice but to file the lawsuit regardless of whether or not the fight takes place.
Regardless of the comeback's outcome, Pacquiao's place in history is secure. He's the only boxer to win titles in 8 divisions, a record no one has matched. His journey through multiple weight classes showcases his exceptional skill, courage, and unwavering dedication to boxing.
Also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys. Bill James, the great baseball sabermetrician, had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best, and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most, or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are 2 of the best fighters we've ever seen. And they're both in their primes, in the same weight class at the same time. We have to see that fight. So Pacquiao's peak was just about as good as anyone in history.
Oscar De La Hoya believes Pacquiao's peak was around his time at 147 pounds, which coincided with the height of the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype. He recalls how thrilling it was to see 2 of the greatest fighters, both in their primes in the same weight class, preparing to face off. De La Hoya praises Pacquiao's skill, saying his peak was among the best in boxing history. While Manny may not have the knockout power Floyd does, De La Hoya highlights Pacquiao's speed and high punch volume. However, he believes Floyd's punching accuracy gives him a slight advantage. This insight fuels ongoing debates about their styles and who might win a rematch.
Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings. It stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. I didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. We punch the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather. What about speed? Speed, it's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who, for one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao is. He'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. So I'd have to do with Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's comeback follows a boxing trend, like Tyson and Mayweather before him, returning to the spotlight for one last moment in the ring.
Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus. We could have Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then I don't even can he make 147? And you're letting him fight for the belt. That is, to me, that doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Because Boots, that's sending the lamb to slaughter. Right over that sending the lamb to slaughter. Like, this doesn't make no sense.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.